Wait lang.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being responsive and participating in this panel discussion today. I hope that we will be able to share our thoughts and ideas, whatever discussion we may have today. So, based on the questions I have right now, it mentioned SDLC or the System Development Life Cycle and how planning and analysis integrate and inform steps in the SDLC. Another is discussion about the different data collection methods. So to maximize our time, let us start by defining this SDLC. Rena, what's your thoughts about the SDLC?
So thank you, Don. Based on what I have understand, System Development Lifecycle or SDLC is a process used by the system or software industries to design, develop, and test quality systems. So basically for me, it aims to produce a high quality system that meets or exceed customer expectations as well as reaching a certain completion. And how about you, Don?
We had only heard about the SDLC. We are yet to understand more about this SDLC. In addition to Rena's answer, this system includes planning, system analysis, system design, development, implementation, integration testing, and operations and maintenance. The system development lifecycle has three primary objectives: ensure that high quality systems are delivered, and provide strong management controls over the projects, and lastly, maximize the productivity of the systems.
Yes, having said that, Don wants to highlight that SDLC really plays a vital role in the world of information systems. It helped companies build and manage their software solution for so many decades.
Yes, you are right, Joyce. In order to meet these objectives that SDLC wants to achieve, requirements must be met, including first, being able to support projects and systems of various scopes and types. Second, supporting all the technical activities. Third, supporting all of the management activities, being highly usable. And lastly, providing guidance on how to install it. Joyce, do you want to add more?
Yes, Don, I just want to emphasize the importance of SDLC since it is useful in so many ways. SDLC helps lower the difficulty of developing a system and it also transforms a project idea into a functional one. So implementing SDLC in companies will help allow planning time easily, measure performances, and validate points in order to enhance the final product system. So guys, do you agree with me?
Yes, I do agree with you, Joyce, that System Development Lifecycle or SDLC is very useful in so many ways, like easier evaluation of the system development, and it can also help us easily measure performance and makes it easier for programmers to work concurrently on each phase and a lot more, etc. I think we had a good enough conversation to define and understand the system development lifecycle. Maybe it's time for us now to share our thoughts and how planning and analysis integrate and inform steps in the STLC. Are you guys happy to proceed?
Happy to proceed.
That's great. And I would assume that Don as well.
Yes, of course, but I think Joyce has an overflowing thought in mind right now.
Obviously, Don, before the work of a new system goes about, planning and analysis helps the team to decide what should be done for the system. Planning enables us to identify if there is a need for a new system or not, in order to achieve some organizational goals. The motive of this step is also to determine possible solutions and help find out the scope of the problem. Analysis helps the team assess the source of the problem and analyze the needs of the end users in order to make sure that the new system meets the expectation. Do you want to add more, Rena?
Yes, Joyce. Indeed, that planning and analysis are the most crucial steps in creating a successful system. During planning, you have to decide exactly on what you want to do and the problems you're trying to solve by first defining objectives and knowing the resources that are possibly needed. While during the analysis, it will be a process and of breaking complex topics into smaller parts in order to gain a better understanding of it and a better way also to end a diminish problems. However, some organizations sometimes skip the analysis and move straight to the solution. These organizations must remember that they should not underestimate the importance of analysis because using analysis is easier and less expensive to fix before designing a system than when the system has been implemented. Right, Don? What do you think?
Yes, Rena, what you have said is true. That this phase is important because organizations cannot choose the best package or effectively design their own systems unless the requirements are specified in detail. Further, when an organization does not analyze the appropriate needs, it can make a significant effort to reactivate the solution because it does not meet the needs. Therefore, planning and analysis must come together in integrating SDLC to establish goals along with the intended groups of projects and being able to analyze goals in the defined system functions that an organization intends to develop.
I think all of us have shared ideas, and I bet that all our ideas met. Can we proceed now to the last part of this panel discussion?
Yes.
Right. Thank you, Joyce. And now we have to compare and contrast the different methods of data collection under which is most effective. Yes, Joyce, do you have something to say?
Yes, Rena, definitely. The most common methods used in data collection are qualitative and quantitative. Both of them collect data and help predict solutions for a certain phenomenon, but the two methods differ from how they conduct data collection. First, qualitative approach focuses on a subjective way of collecting information because it uses raw data from interviews or observation in order to understand concepts and opinions, while quantitative focuses on an objective way of gathering data because it uses statistical data from questionnaires and surveys, and it is also specific. So, for me, the most effective and useful method in collecting data is through a quantitative approach, like the use of questionnaires, since you will get a richer source of information about their opinions and ideas in statistical form. In addition, it allows you to measure large amount of data and determine detailed and reliable outcomes. What do you think, Rena?
Yes, you're right, Joyce. But for me, qualitative approaches such as observations are way better than using questionnaires. Observations act a very important complement to questionnaires, and that's true, and I agree with that. Questionnaires implies a form of consisting of a series of written multiple choices and a process to be marked by those informants or those participants. While interviewing method of collection or collecting qualitative data refers to situations where participants are observed from a safe distance and their activities are recorded minutely. As this point, I can say that the observation method has a high level of investigation and may come up with the more detailed data during the exploration stage than using the questionnaire method. What do you think, Don?
Right. Well, actually, both of you have a point, but we must not forget the ease in data collection brought by focus group discussion method. This focus group discussion method, it is a qualitative approach to gain an in-depth understanding of social issues. This method aims to obtain data from a purposely selected group of individuals rather than from a statistically representative sample of a broader population. It involves gathering people from similar backgrounds or experiences together to discuss a specific topic of interest. It is a form of qualitative research where questions are asked about their perceptions, their attitudes, their beliefs, opinions, and their ideas. Participants they are free to talk with the other group members. So there's a free and open discussion among the respondents, resulting in generating new ideas that can be very useful for decision making. The moderator can bring any changes in order to better facilitate the group discussion. Expressions other than those in verbal form, such as gestures and simulated activities, can provide research with useful insight. Joyce, do I have a point?
Great, you got the point, Don. Aside from relying only on questionnaires, it is way better also to talk among groups in order to have direct interaction of opinions and ideas. Am I right, Rena?
Of course, Joyce, at the same time, you can easily measure their reactions and hear their feedback with their own words as well. So, generally, it is a good way to gather together people from different backgrounds or experiences to discuss a specific topic of interest, as what Don have said, where they're allowed also to agree or disagree with each other to provide an insight into how group thinks about an issue and about the range of opinions and ideas. As and that's it for the data collection method. I guess we have learned a lot from this discussion. Do you guys agree?
Yes, Rana.
Wow, it amazes me how we all research about this topic, how we all accurately answered the questions up above. So, all in all, I'm going to discuss the conclusion about how we discuss about this SDLC. So again, the system development lifecycle, or the SDLC, is a proper use by the system or software that aims to produce a high quality system that meets or exceeds customer expectations. This SDLC has 7 phases. First is the planning, system analysis, system design, development, implementation, integration and testing, and lastly, the operations and maintenance. It has 3 primary objectives. First is to ensure that high quality systems are delivered. Second, provide strong management controls over the projects. And lastly, maximize the productivity of the systems. Implementing this SDLC in companies will allow planning time easily, measures performances, and validate points in order to enhance the final product system. And it can help more in many ways in the company. So therefore, planning and analysis must come together in integrating an SDLC to establish goals along with the intended projects and being able to analyze goals into defined system functions that an organization intends to develop, since it is a crucial step in creating a successful system. Planning determines possible solutions and helps find out the scope of the problem to achieve some organizational goals. Analysis helps the team to assess the source of the problem and analyze the needs of the end users to make sure that if the new system meets the expectation. So we have answered the first question. Now we're going to proceed the second question. We're going to talk about the most common methods used in data collection to collect data and help predict solutions for a certain phenomenon are quantitative and qualitative data collection. Qualitative approach focuses on an objective way of gathering data because it uses raw data from interviews or observations to understand concepts and opinions. However, this quantitative focuses on a subjective way of collecting data with the use of questionnaires. You will get a richer source of information about your opinions and ideas in numerical form. In conclusion, having observations is way better than using questionnaires. So, qualitative is a better approach than quantitative. Questionnaires implies a form consisting of series of written multiple choice questions asking questions about the person's performance, while interviewing methods of collecting qualitative data refers to situations where participants receive information and answers are recorded minutely. With the analysis to look deeper into the problems, the qualitative approach helps to discover new thoughts and individual views. Qualitative methods are combinations of unstructured and semi-structured practices for data collection, such as a group discussion, individuals' interviews, diary and journal exercises, and participation of others. It involves observing gestures, postures, and body languages and studying them to identify problems and providing solutions to them. And overall, it's a wrap. What a successful and knowledgeable talk for today. I am very grateful that I am given a chance to have a discussion with you guys about the SDLC. So overall, we now understand and know how important and helpful this SDLC is in today's world. Thank you so much, guys, and I hope you all have a great day today. Thank you and God bless you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.